You can't perform Creep by Radiohead due to spirit of the song. Our institution of about 2,000 staff had yearly dinner and dance events. This was pre-COVID, of course. This is an educational institution where most of us are either teachers or administrators. I am part of a small group of teachers and staff at this institution that formed our own staff rock band. We are usually given a 30-minute performance slot at previous dinner and dances, thus we were invited to perform again for the upcoming one. The theme for that year was superheroes. Our merry little band set out a full set list of songs, which included songs like Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler, the Shrek soundtrack version. We threw in Creep by Radiohead because we wanted a song to slow the pace down midway through our set. All of us in the band are music lovers covering multiple genres, and also coming from many different faiths and religions. None of us even considered that Creep was an inappropriate song on stage. So now let me introduce the antagonist of this story. I will call him Ash. He was the main staff coordinator for the entire dinner and dance event, a role that was bestowed on up-and-coming staff who show potential for leadership positions. Ash and his committee were the ones who came up with the superheroes theme, and would oversee everything for the event, including our little 30-minute performance. Before this event, none of us in the staff band knew Ash well. He was a bit of a loner, and as we would soon discover, also takes his religion and values seriously. So seriously that he had no qualms claiming jurisdiction over the whole event with his values as constitution. We had given the event committee our song set list 2 months before the event, after which we began rehearsing in earnest. No committee member said anything in those 2 months about any songs they wanted removed. At our last rehearsal before the event, Ash decided to drop into our rehearsal. Midway through our set as we began to play Creep, he suddenly raised his hand to object and said, "Stop. Stop. Stop. I'm removing this song from your set list. You can't play this song." We were stunned. This was 2 days before the show, and we had sunk in tens of hours of rehearsal by this point. Why? We asked. I read the lyrics of this song. The spirit of this song is offensive. It has the wrong values for an educational institution such as ours. We protested. Some of our band members were very religious themselves, and they saw no problem with the song. But he would not budge an inch. "You are not playing Creep on stage. I'm going to escalate this to the deputy principal." The band members were fuming at this point, regardless of religion. But the band leader made the call. Okay. We can't play this song on stage, right? Then we won't. And just to be sure, this is a superhero-themed event, right? And your committee is encouraging all attendees to come dressed as superheroes, am I correct? Yes. Ash replied. And especially so for performers, so we are expecting your band to come dressed as superheroes to fit our theme. Cue malicious compliance. The day of the dinner and dance comes around and over 1,000 colleagues showed up, some dressed in Superman t-shirts, some as Wonder Woman, and even one in full Deadpool costume, but none of them grabbed as much attention as one very tall, very leggy, very conspicuous Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon had on the tight-fit sailor uniform, slim waist and generous bosom, extremely short skirt, and the wig. It was none other than the band leader, who by the way is a 40-year-old male wearing a padded bra. Ash was livid. But as Sailor Moon was grabbing so much attention with so many folks clamoring to have photos taken with her, Ash did not want to spoil his own party by telling her to take it off. At one point, even the deputy principal grabbed a photo with Sailor Moon. The 30-minute performance was decent. Mistakes here and there. But none of us were professionals and the crowd enjoyed it anyway. Sailor Moon, who was the bassist, was headbanging and swinging her wig wildly to the finale, holding out for a hero, ensuring that everyone had their eyes on her. Naturally, there would be a best dressed segment, and it was clear from the start that Sailor Moon was going to be nominated and then destroyed the competition. But Sailor Moon did something none of us expected. As the MC for the event asked her why she chose to come as Sailor Moon, and the entire event hall was riveted on her, curious to hear her answer, she did not answer but instead starting to sing. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. The crowd cheered and applauded. But no other table at the event was as overjoyed as the staff band table, who understood the deeper meaning behind what the band leader just did. It's been a few years since that event, and we aren't sure if Ash got that promotion he was seeking. He was such a loner that nobody really saw him much, thus nobody talked about him either. The band leader, on the other hand, became a legend. He was once at a meeting where the folks across from him said that he looked very familiar, like they had seen him somewhere before. Then someone suddenly burst out. "You're Sailor Moon. You are that Sailor Moon." They didn't even know his name. Now to the comments. Not all heroes wear capes, some wear padded bras. Fighting evil by moonlight. Winning love by daylight. Never running from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. She will never turn her back on her friends. She is always there to defend. She is the one on whom we can depend. She is the one named Sailor Moon. I was thinking one of the staff band was a drama teacher and was able to rig flying harnesses up for the band. As you can see, we did not play it on stage, we played it above stage. Since all of our superheroes fly, we figured it would make their night. This works well too though. My initial guess was they hopped off stage to play it, but I think this was far better. Can't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling. How about if we sing a song about being closer to God by this guy named Trent Reznor? Closer to God? Oh, that sounds like it will be wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. Oh God. A friend of mine would sing Creep at karaoke, in Elmer Fudd's voice. You are missed, Toby. I can hear this in my head and it's awesome. This is amazing. But I'm a creep. And I'm a weirdo. Okay, I need an explanation. I googled the lyrics. I'm decently fluent in English. I still don't get anything about religion from this song. Is this because it's low-key singing about depression, suicide? Help, I'm really confused. I assume because of the F word. Wait, what? You oppose the F word on religious ground? How does that work? Also, OP said they were playing the radio-friendly version So Very Special. This MC is so ducking special. OP replied, ahem. So very special. Double ahem, so ducking special. This is amazing. Creep was my first wife, now deceased, wedding song. Just now realized that it said I'm a weirdo, not I'm a weirdo like I always thought, and like I thought was truly gut punch when she died. So many emotions. Thanks for bringing up some great memories of my first wife for me. I almost feel bad for laughing at this. Hope life has been treating you well. We aren't sure if Ash got that promotion he was seeking. He was such a loner that nobody really saw him much, thus nobody talked about him either. Plot twist, Ash's objection about lyric appropriateness was just an excuse. He actually didn't want you to play that song because it hits way too close to home and it makes him really sad. This was my thought as well. He probably read the lyrics and had a panic moment thinking, they'll all know my inner self if they just listen to the lyrics. How do I stop this? Inappropriate lyrics. Because teens. Yeah. Good job, me. There are no teens, even this is an adults event. I expected the MC to be that the band removed themselves from the stage before playing the song. Same. This is even better. This is amazing. I now wish someone had recorded it because I would love to see this malicious compliance firsthand. OP replied, there are lots of photos from the event since so many people were there and took photos with Sailor Moon. Are there any photos you can share? Would love to see that Sailor Moon. should have substituted Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine for it. My first thought, in keeping with his religious ideals, would be a song about the perils of sin and what awaits those who live a life of vice, like Avenged Sevenfold's Nightmare. This is amazing. Please take my welfare award as thanks for this mental image. I regret that I have but one upvote. Ashhole? He's bad Ash. How can anyone have an issue with Creep? Lamus. Edit, I'm calling the antagonist in the post a lame ass. Not any commenters who have a grudge against the song and want to take what I'm saying personally and get pissy. That's kinda weird but okay. Ask Tom York lol. And Greenwood. He didn't like it particularly, and that iconic part was him trying to duck it up. There was a lot of things about it they didn't like. Musically, they found it uninspiring. York wasn't happy with his lyrics and found them distasteful in some ways, but they felt that when playing it wasn't their song they were playing. And most importantly that the song was defining what they were as a band. That everyone expected them to be bringing out more Creep. But different. Thankfully, Creep is kinda responsible for them being so inventive and pushing boundaries as much as they did. They didn't want to be defined by a single song, so essentially went and created a new genre.